Students, before studying the applications of Bohr's theory, let us know few fundamental aspects. Let us know the representation of the element, symbol about which now concept may be clear to you. But we represent the element with other two numbers. Which are those? Right, mass number and atomic number. One by one, let us discuss. This mass number is represented by letter capital A. That A for what? Atomic weight. In that way they thought. Atomic weight is different than this number. But this number is useful to find the atomic weight. Therefore, from atomic A, that's the first letter, they have chosen the letter A. What is this mass number? This mass number is algebraic summation of number of protons and neutrons. So proton and neutron, they are in nucleus. So in other way, I can say those are nucleons. Number of nucleons, proton and neutron, is called mass number represented by capital A. And in elemental presentation, it is represented as a superscript but left side. So if I consider X is an element, then its mass number will be how? Left side but superscript. Is mass number point clear? Now other number is atomic number. And this atomic number is represented by symbol Z. Now how this Z came? Actually it is came from German word. This is a number for atom. This is a number for representation of the atom. So Zahl, Z-A-H-L, a word in German. Zahl, the head of that Zahl is used for its representation. So atomic number is represented by symbol Z. So if I want to represent element now, then how can I represent that element? Z as a subscript but left side. X is an element and A is mass number. So if I have to represent deuterium, then how can I represent 1 atomic number? H means element, that's a hydrogen, and 2 is a mass number. Number of nucleons, number of protons and neutrons. So what is Z? What is atomic number? Atomic number is number of electrons or protons. Yes, I discussed already. It is a number of protons. Atomic number means number of protons. So 1H2 indicates what? There is a 1 proton. How can we find number of neutron? Mass number minus number of proton. So 1. How many electrons will be there in 1H1? 1 electron, because number of electrons in neutral state of atom will be equal to number of protons. But suppose any representation has charge, means if any ion is there, for example Na plus, let me consider Na plus 23. 23 is mass number. Now Na, sodium, means its atomic number is fixed. Because of that name came, because of that symbol came. So sodium has atomic number. Right, students? 11. So 11 is atomic number, means number of protons are 11. And mass number here is 23. So number of neutrons will be 23 minus 11. Okay. Now important thing is number of electrons. Previously what was happening? Number of proton and electrons were same. But here it is not neutral atom. It is an ion. Which ion? Positively charged ion. So electron is lost there. Therefore now compared to neutral atom sodium, here electron will be less. How much? Whatever the charge is there, that much. How much charge is there? 1. So 1 electron will be less than the sodium atom in sodium ion. So how many electrons are there in sodium atom? equal to number of protons. How many protons are there? Equal to atomic number. What is atomic number? 11. So now how many electrons are there in sodium plus Na plus? 10 electrons are there. So what will be our formula to find the number of electrons? Number of electrons is equal to atomic number minus charge. One more example let us consider. Oxygen 16 minus 2. Oxygen means atomic number 8. Atomic number means number of protons. So how many protons are there? 8. How can we find number of neutrons? Mass number minus number of protons. Mass number is 16 minus 8. So what is answer? 8. So number of neutrons are 8. How can you find number of electrons? Yes, atomic number minus charge. What is atomic number? 8. What is the charge? Minus 2 is a charge. So 8 minus 2 means 8 plus 2. So number of electrons will be 10. Now I am using representation here. For number of protons, small p. For number of neutrons, small n. For number of electrons, small e. Is this concept of atomic number and mass number and representation of element clear to you? Students, now I give the homework for you. Out of this, total I give you 7 elements and ions for practice. Out of that, any one atom or ion, randomly, whichever you feel good, that you have to answer in comment box. Now exercise I give it to you. So what is our question? Find number of protons, number of neutrons and number of electrons in the species. The first species is 6C13. Second one, 2He4. Third one, 2He4 plus, means one positive charge is there. One more, 2He4 2 plus. It is similar to alpha particle. Let us see what is there in alpha particle. Number 5, 16S32, minus 2 charge on sulfur. Number 6, uranium 238, atomic number you have to find. And last, potassium 39, atomic number again you have to find out. Okay students, I am waiting for your answer. I want at least one in the comment box. If you could answer all, well and good. What I want? Number of protons, number of neutrons and number of electrons in the species. 7 examples are given. You have to solve all, but while answering, at least one you have to answer. Now further fundamental, important, basic thing I told to you, which is necessary. Few formulas are there. What is the formula for energy? E. E is equal to H nu. What is H? Planck's constant. What is the value that we will see later? What is nu? The pronunciation is nu. It is frequency. Other way, how can we represent that? E is equal to H C upon lambda. Suppose if we know wavelength, then this formula can be used. Or if you want to find the wavelength, then this formula can be used. H C upon lambda. Energy. Energy we express in how? SI unit, joule. H is a Planck constant. C, speed of light. And lambda is a wavelength, is a characteristic property of light. Wavelength, frequency and speed of the light. Speed of the light is constant. Then who are changing? Wavelength and frequency are changing. In case of photon, in case of electromagnetic radiation. Is it clear about formula about the energy? Okay, fine. Now let us see the constants. What is the velocity of light? C, small c is equal to 3 into 10 raised to 8 meter per second. What is Planck's constant? H is equal to 6.626 into 10 raised to minus 34 joules second. What is Avogadro's number? 6.022 into 10 raised to 23. Yes, that much number in how much quantity? Per mole. Mole inverse. Let us know mass of electron. A mass of electron, of course, rest mass of electron, ME, it is equal to 9.11 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg. I am talking about SI unit. Mass of proton, rest mass of proton, MP is equal to 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. And mass of neutron, nearly it is same. It is Mn is equal to again 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27 kg. See here how we represent. When joule comes, J remains capital. When second comes, we represent S small. When kg comes, K remains small. G also remains small. When meter per second, we represent M small and S also small. Two ways are there. Meter per second or meter second inverse. The presentation may be different or not. Meaning is same. So this some constant you should know. There is no need to by heart though. If you practice the examples, no, automatically you will remember that. Only scalability. Means for example, here mass of electron is 9.11 into 10 raised to minus 31 kg, and for proton it is 1.67 into 10 raised to minus 27. So who is heavier? Electron or proton? Here 10 raised to minus 31, and for proton it is 10 raised to minus 27. Who is heavier? Proton is heavier. How much heavier? 1800 times heavier proton is. Therefore, what we do during calculation, we don't consider the mass of electron. We consider mass of neutron and mass of proton. Relative to their masses, the mass of electron is negligible. Therefore, Rutherford said, no, actually at that time he was not knowing, but Rutherford's thing is valid, and mass is concentrated at nucleus. It is in nucleons. And who are the nucleons? Neutrons and protons. So students, are you ready with this basic? So one problem that I give it to you. Find the energy of light in joule I want, whose wavelength is 500 nanometer. It is a second exercise to you. Nanometer. Nano means 10 raised to minus 9. Few terms are there. Milli means 10 raised to minus 3. Micro means 10 raised to minus 6. So practice such many things over there. Slowly remember all the things. Don't show laziness. Yes. So substitute values properly. I want answer in SI unit. Now onwards, our presentations will be in SI unit. Calculations also and answers will find in SI unit. So meter is there, but for conversion purpose I use that nanometer. So you have to solve this problem. So students, now in this part you are with two exercises. One, list of the elements and species I had given. You have to find out everybody's number of protons, number of neutrons and number of electrons. Out of that, at least one you have to represent in the answer box. Represent in the comment box. And second answer, this is a problem. Wavelength is given to you. You have to find out energy for that photon, energy for that light. Means one photon will be with that much energy. That you have to find out. Is it clear? Okay. Now it is for one photon. But suppose such mole of photon is there. Mole means Avogadro's number of photon. Then what will be the energy? That also you have to find out. It is your third exercise. So, three exercises I had given students. Number one, you have to find out number of protons, neutrons, electrons in the different species. Out of that, at least one you have to represent. And second one, the 5 nanometer one numerical I had given to you. You have to find out its energy in joule and also energy in joule per mole. That's the joule for only one photon. So, like as per mole of photon, how much energy will be there? That you have to find out. Is it clear? I expect everybody will answer in the comment box. I'll take its cognizance.